Hey you guys, so I thought I would pop on and share with you something that I notice commonly with my coaching clients, with my Elevate members, and people that I've worked with throughout the years. This is something that I do as well and can really, really hold us back from reaching our goals, completing projects, taking the next step in business, and even in life. And that is just getting out too far ahead of ourselves, right? When we're worried about the next 10 steps and not just focused on that step right in front of us, it can be a real distraction and it can keep us from completing the steps in the order that they need to be completed in to ever finish anything. So, what I'm working on right now is a brand new webinar. I'm very, very excited about it. I'm hoping that it will be ready to go in the next couple of weeks. But to get from where I am right now to having that done, I mean, there's probably, I'd say, over 20 steps, but I'm back here on like step 2 or 3. But what I've been doing is worrying about like step 15. Well, how am I going to set up the payment to webinar to follow up email series? Am I going to, what tools am I going to use? How am I going to do this all from a technical perspective? Meanwhile, I don't even have my slides done. So it's like, come on, settle down and get the first part done. And often when we can just settle down and focus on the part that we're on, the other parts and pieces somehow seem to arrange themselves. Say hi if you're watching live. I don't know if I can see people's names since I'm using StreamYard, but let me know that you're here. So often we can get so far out ahead of ourselves, worrying about step 15, step 20, that we never even complete steps 1 through 5. It would be like, I don't know, worrying so much about what product line you're going to use in your new skincare business that you don't study for your final exams or study for your state boards, right? It's a disconnect, and it's not in alignment and it's not in flow to have those types of disconnects. I see this a lot too with people in my Get Published program. I've run several programs and workshops for publishing an ebook. And, you don't want to be all concerned about your author bio when your book's not even written yet. You don't need to worry about your table of contents when your book's not written yet. You don't need to worry about your book cover when your book's not written yet. So it's like, but what can we do about that? First of all is to raise your level of awareness so you can catch yourself when you're getting out too far ahead, right? You can just catch yourself. And then the next step is, and I think this is really important, don't beat yourself up. We don't need to be like, oh, you're not focused, you're procrastinating. Wow, what's wrong with me? Then we start analyzing ourselves and then we're off on a whole nother tangent. It's kind of like, we have to treat ourselves gently and kindly. Like, think about what you would say to a little child that got distracted. Okay, well, that's a nice shiny object over there, but come back here, and sit down. We're going to learn how to tie your shoes. And so, you can be gentle and kind to yourself because we're all going to, have these things pop up. And it doesn't matter what you're working on, what level you're at. Everybody has their things that pop up, but the sooner you can notice them and the sooner you can get back on track without having to go, off down another path of, self-incrimination and all of that kind of stuff as well, you can get right back on track and say, okay, what's the next step for me? What's the next right thing for me to do? And get right back on track and right back in flow. And what often happens when you do that is that some of these things that you were worried about will start to sort themselves out. Maybe a new class will pop up. I've been looking for somebody to help me with sending my emails. I email really regularly, and at this point, I have two businesses, two email lists. It's kind of getting to the point where it's a bottleneck in my business. And I had it in my head, I'm going to look for somebody to help me with my emails. I kind of set it aside. Meanwhile, I got an email from somebody that I learned from who said, hey, I'm going to teach how I train people to do my emails for me. And that was really kind of my sticking point. But I had kind of tabled it to focus on what was most important, to focus on what I needed to be doing right now this week. And that problem, hopefully, I invested in the program that she sent out. Hopefully, that'll really help me to take the next step in that area, where I could have pushed it and I could be trying to do this on my own and be stressing out about it. But often when you get back to what's most important, stay in flow, things tend to sort themselves out. So, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. We are going to be going much deeper into all of these kinds of mindset hacks and ways to stay in flow and to stay in that energy from the universe of, waiting for our highest good, being available for our highest good, doing our part of the job so that the universe can respond to us in our energy. I'm going to be going into a lot more of that in my new classes that are coming up next week and the week after, Money Flow and Marketing Flow. So I would encourage you to click on the link in this live stream description and check those out. Check out the page and all of the information about Money Flow and Marketing Flow. Let me know if you have any questions, and I really hope to see you there. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go take a little brain break and go explore St. Augustine a bit. So I'll see you guys later.